Hey guys, welcome back. It's Redox, and today I'm going to talk about how to play against the Titan, how you can beat them, and how to counter them, because I'm sure this is something that is problematic for newer players. I remember when I first started this game and I first encountered this unit, no matter what unit I would throw at it, I would have a troublesome time dealing with it. It is a very powerful anti-vehicle unit with an immense amount of health that is built from the tech lab of the GDI faction. And pretty much if you build any vehicles and you try to actually deal with the Titan with vehicles, you're not going to have a very good time. So my best suggestion for you guys is to either build missile squads, laser squads, zone troopers, or cyborgs as anti-vehicle infantry units, or you can build air units because the Titans cannot attack air units. Now, sometimes the Titan actually holds up well against these infantry units. Missile squads, laser squads, zone troopers, cyborgs, even though they counter the Titan and the Titan doesn't do much damage to infantry, the Titan's base health is so immense it can actually out-sustain these infantry units at times. And I'll show you guys in my replays. Especially if you see your opponent using a Dr. Liang's healing drone with the Titan's health just keeps going up and up. No matter how much you try to, no matter how much times you try to spam those laser squads, missile squads on this guy, if the Dr. Liang's healing drone is healing the Titan will almost not go down at all, unless you've got a whole bunch of units surrounding the Titan and just overwhelming it by force. Or you have to take out the Dr. Liang's healing drone if you really want to have a better time with dealing the Titan. So let me show you guys a couple of replays here and on how you guys can deal with it. And I'll show you guys exactly just how tough these guys can be. Alright guys, this is gonna be the first replay against my opponent here. I'm actually playing as Nod in this game. And my opponent is on the left in blue, I'm on the right. I go right into the attack bikes because attack bikes are how you win games, boys, with Nod. So I go into attack bikes and rush right into his harvesters. And of course, he's gonna start off with something that can counter my bikes to protect his harvesters. For example, in this case, he's got the missile squads. But at this point, he's not doing the best job at microing, and instead he goes for another harvester instead of going for a second missile squad to protect his harvesters. But I guess he doesn't mind giving me free crystals. So I see two harvesters now, and I just go for the one on the bottom because he's got only one missile squad, and it's too slow against my fast attack bikes. I go for some chemical warriors here to deal with his infantry, as I know he's probably going to pop out more missile squads or other infantry units, and he's bringing in a shockwave, which is a much higher level than my chemical warriors. But I go for a nice catalyst missile there, and it kills both of those infantry units. And I keep sending out bikes, as I know he's got nothing on the field, and he's just got double harvesters. So I'm just going to keep bombarding him with these rockets. And he goes into a tech lab, okay? He goes straight into a tech lab. When you have double harvesters, like, there's really only one reason you should be doing that early game is to pump out the tech lab units early, and I could definitely see that happening. That's why I wanted to take out these harvesters bad, because I knew he would have very powerful tech lab units, and if he can get those guys out too fast on the field, that would be problematic to me. So I quickly capture the first missile, hitting his base. I go for those new spider units to try going for his base, and he goes right into a Titan, and it's gonna basically two-shot my spiders here, my poor little spiders. I try to go for a base rush on him with these spiders, but it ends up dying. And I just move one of my spiders up north to deal with a shockwave, and I just go for a whole bunch of laser squads. So this is what you can do. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit here, and as you guys can see, he's got two Titans up, and they do multi-line damage. So if your unit is actually behind another unit, they can actually attack two units at once. It's kind of like the Inferno Bomber. But anyways, I try to deal with both the two Titans with 3 laser squads, and one laser squad goes down, and 2 of my laser squads are focusing on one of his Titan. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit here for you guys. That one laser squad just gets zapped, and the third laser squad that's still alive is almost taking the Titan down, But look at that, the Titan actually out-sustains that laser squad. And my whole point is that one injured Titan you see on the middle of the map just tanked 2 to 3 laser squads by itself. Although this unit, the Titan, is not supposed to be an anti-infantry unit, you can see they can tank laser squads so effectively. And look at that multi-line damage. And I even fire a catalyst missile, only taking out one half of its health. The Titan is such a buff unit. It has so much health. It can tank 2 to 3 laser squads. It can probably even tank 4 laser squads. But in this case, that one Titan does go down to both of my laser squads there. But I get so frustrated by all these Titans on the field. I decided to just go into Banshees because air units are the best way to deal with them, because the Titan can't actually attack air units. So I decided to just go for Banshees, and I decided to put one Banshee on each of the launch pads, because at this point I know I've pretty much got this missile under control and I win the game by that. But yeah, if you like, even the laser squads, no matter how much I pump out the laser squads, they're gonna die eventually. And the Titans, because of their immense health, they will out-sustain them. And eventually I had to switch to Banshees to win the game.
Establishing battlefield control.
Alright guys, this will be the second game. I'm still playing as Jade of the Nod faction, so I'll be red and he will be blue. I'll be the player on the right, and I go straight for the attack bikes once again, because of course it's a great strategy to use if you're going Nod, and I just want to win games. So I just go straight into the attack bikes, go for his harvesters. One tip I want to tell you guys is, if you see Dr. Liang or if you see General Solomon, it most likely means the player has some type of expensive tech lab units. So a lot of these Dr. Liang and Solomon players, they go for this double harvester strategy, or they go for a single harvester into expensive units. Like, he goes for a Predator tank, which is actually a good counter to my bikes. Definitely, he's not playing bad at all, I would have to say. He's definitely playing well, although he lost one harvester. But basically my point is, if you see Dr. Liang or Solomon, you should really be careful of their potential tech lab units, because Dr. Liang's healing drones are great with tech lab units, because the healing drones can heal high health units quickly, like the Predator tank or the Titan. It's the Dr. Liang and the Tech Lab combo is definitely one of the best combos you can use in this game. So yeah, just be careful of that when you see Dr. Liang or a Solomon as a commander. You should expect the player to have some type of expensive Tech Lab arsenal. So anyways, going back to this game, I just keep going for attack bikes because he's got a whole bunch of vehicles. But look at that healing drone. Look at what I'm saying. The healing drones can heal vehicles so well, and high health units as well, no matter how many attack bikes. Now I'm actually doing a poor job of spamming my microing my attack bikes there, because I shouldn't have actually brought the attack bike right onto a launch pad into 2 units. But I wanted to capture this first missile so bad, and that's why I was just pumping out units into that middle tile. Because, of course, as you guys see on the north tile, he's got Predator tanks, and I don't think I brought tanks in this game. So I didn't have anything to match it up. Although I could have, I go for what is it? The Temple of Nod. I could have went for missile launchers, or sorry, laser squads, but he had rhinos, and rhinos do pretty well against laser squads. So I mean, at this, I just kind of gave up this first missile. I could have certainly played this first part better, but I go straight into the cyborgs as I see that he's only got these vehicle units, and I know this guy must have some tech lab units. So I go for some cyborgs because they do great against pretty much a lot of the vehicle units from tech lab and air units as well. And he goes for a Wolverine. And Wolverines are actually pretty good against cyborgs because they're an anti-infantry unit, but I take it down with an attack bike as well, with the aid of the attack bike. He goes for some sandstorms, and sandstorms can obliterate any vehicle and air units pretty much, but they're terrible against infantry. They really can't do anything against infantry units at all. So you'll see it going down to a cyborg. Even if he has a Dr. Liang's healing drone, no matter how much times he heals his sandstorm there, it's gonna go down eventually. It's not like the Titan, it just doesn't have enough health. And he goes for a first Titan there now. And the Cyborg fares well against the Titan because, of course, the Cyborg is a very strong infantry unit, just like the Zone Trooper, and does a lot of damage against vehicles. But look at that healing drone. Look at how quickly it heals up that Titan. And it's so annoying to deal with a Titan when it's back up to full health. You know, just when you think you've done enough damage. So I just go for Banshees because I know he's going for a lot of Titans, and I know laser squads are not the best fit against him, especially when he's got Wolverines. And the Banshees are just a bit more maneuverable. So I'm trying to just micro my Banshees and my Cyborgs as best as I can, and I'm actually doing a pretty good job taking out this, pretty much this first Titan here. But that Cyborg at the, you can see the Cyborg on the top. Look at that. Okay, I want to just slow this down for a bit here. Look at the top here. The Cyborg could not take out that Titan because the Titan had so much health. Although I know it was getting attacked by Wolverines, this Cyborg also cannot take out that that Titan. That healing drone saved that Titan's life. And the healing drone does percentage healing, and when you have such a high health and when you get percentage healing, it's ridiculous. So I go for some Banshees here instead on the top, and I have Cyborgs on the bottom securing that Sandstorm on the southern launch pad. But as you guys can see, the Sandstorm tears apart against Banshees. So as long as my plan here is to get the Banshees on top of the Titans and get Cyborgs on top of his Sandstorms, because no Banshee's gonna make it alive past the Sandstorm. But look at it, once again on the bottom of the map. Look at that Titan just being able to tank that Cyborg. And honestly, the Cyborg should be able to take out the Titan because they're almost at the same cost. They're both built from the Tech Lab or Temple of Nod units. And honestly, if the Titan is not supposed to counter infantry units and the Cyborg is supposed to counter vehicles, a Cyborg should beat a Titan one-on-one. But of course, with Dr. Liang's healing drone, the Titan will always live. That's just how it is. And I just go for a ton of missile squads now because I want to get his Sandstorms out of the way. The Sandstorms were so annoying as well this game. Like the Sandstorms, like I said, they tear apart air units. And I body block his Titan on the north tile there, and with the missile launchers or the laser squads, and eventually I win the game by securing that launch pad. But certainly playing against the Titan is so frustrating. So what I would recommend you guys is go for laser squads or mass missile squads and try to block the Titan's path. It is a slower moving unit, so you can kind of take advantage of its slow moving speed. Or you can just go straight up for air units and take it down that way. But you have to protect your air units as well. Like in this case, he had a nice combination of the Sandstorm and the Titan. That was a good combination, I have to say. Because a Titan, although it doesn't counter infantry units, you saw it does do very well against even heavy infantry units like the Cyborgs. And the Cyborg is basically the equivalent of the Zone Trooper. So anyways, this is kind of how you want to deal with Titans. So basically, air units is the best choice. If not, go for mass cheap infantry, anti-vehicle infantry, or you can go for Zone Troopers or Cyborgs. So thanks for watching this video, guys, and I hope you guys can kill it out there on the battlefield. Once again, remember to comment, subscribe, and like as well, and I'll see you guys next time.